Twitter's going to be a whole lot simpler. It's going to be a lot simpler to use, and especially around tweeting. So we're focusing a lot of our energy on making sure that when people tweet, it makes sense. And we've noticed how people have been tweeting over 10 years. One of the things that we noticed is there's this little hidden rule where if you put an @name to start your tweet, it's actually only seen by that person you're referencing and the people that follow the both of you. It doesn't make sense to anyone, and people have had to work around it, put a dot before the @ and then the name. And that also just looks ugly, and it's confusing, and it's making people think about Twitter and working around Twitter instead of what they came to Twitter to say or who they came to have a conversation with. So we're removing that, making that a whole lot simpler. The other thing that was happening is people are tweeting out images, they're tweeting out videos, they're tweeting out polls, GIFs, and what was happening is they add an image and then the character count goes down. And it doesn't really make sense because they don't see a URL, they don't see any other text, they see an image. So we removed counting against anytime you add an image or media or a poll, and again, just making it a whole lot more visible and intuitive. So that's one, is removing some of the hidden rules that don't really make visible sense. And then the second thing that we notice is people use Twitter to talk a lot, have conversations. And when you're in a conversation, you start having more people come into the conversation. Then you have 4 or 5 @ handles in that tweet, and suddenly it starts taking away the amount you can say. So as more people join the conversation, you can say less, and that obviously doesn't make sense, and that's not great. So we're not counting those characters anymore either. So you have the full 140 characters to have a conversation, and we believe this just makes it a whole lot easier and a whole lot faster, and really makes Twitter what it's great at, which is this live conversation, this live sense of what's happening now, and really that simplicity that we started the service with.
A lot of people are very fond of how brief Twitter is, that 140 character limit. Are we starting to see the start of Twitter giving up that idea that so soon in the future you may be able to write much longer tweets? I mean, how's that going to change, do you think?
We're not giving up on the idea of Twitter being in the moment, being that concept of brevity, that concept of speed, that concept of live conversation and being able to just think of something and put it out to the world instantly. That's what is most important. But we're always going to look for opportunities to make tweets a lot more expressive and really enable people to say what they want to say.
But will they be longer? Will they be like Facebook posts, for example?
We're as long as things are fast and easy and simple and expressive, we're always going to look at what we can do around the platform.